August the 10th is Vietnam Action Day for the Agent Orange victims. U.S. veterans and social activists call for more U.S. support to the Agent Orange victims. And walk, art performances, all to raise funds for the Agent Orange victims. Hello and welcome. This is the special news editions for the Orange Day, August the 10th on Vietnam Television International. I'm Hoài Lương from Hanoi. August the 10th, 2009 marks the 48th anniversary when the U.S. troops during the war in Vietnam sprayed defoliant chemicals containing dioxin onto the country. On the occasions of Orange Day, U.S. veterans and social activists call the U.S. government for more support to help the Vietnamese people ease the pain of dioxin. Let's hear their views on the issue.
I think I know a great deal about it. Also some of the, not just the medicine of it, but also the social consequences and a little bit about what it means to the Vietnamese. And actually also when I was here in 1969, I had the painful experience of driving along a road through an area that had been sprayed. So I actually have seen the environmental effects of Agent Orange firsthand, 40 years ago?
Oh, I don't know much about it. I'm not a scientist. I have no degrees in chemistry or dioxin or Agent Orange, but basically I do feel strongly that the United States has an obligation to help Vietnam to overcome the effects of Agent Orange.
And it was known during the war, so as a person who opposed the war, we already noticed the problem of Agent Orange in Vietnam then.
I know that there is a very intense scientific debate. For me, I'm not so concerned about the scientific evidence. I'm concerned about the well-being of the families and the children who may be affected by Agent Orange today. What we can do in a humanitarian way to make their lives better.
So far, the U.S. has been compensating for victims of Agent Orange in the U.S. All the other country was responsible for paying and treating victims of Agent Orange. The only people who wouldn't receive anything from the U.S. was the Vietnamese, and so it's raised the question of bias and also of discrimination. And so this is the day we should say to the U.S. government to take responsibility for the action in the past.
If we don't have 100% scientific evidence that Agent Orange is the reason for all of these diseases and disabilities and medical problems. Even so, morally, I think we as Americans have an obligation to at least treat the Vietnamese people the same way we treat our own people in the U.S., our own American veterans who do receive some limited support from the U.S. government. We should find some way to cooperate with the Vietnamese and provide additional support to Vietnamese families in a humanitarian way.
There are some efforts by the American government now to clean up the dioxin around the American bases and all, and they have increased their funding for handicapped children's programs. I would just like to see them continue that 10 times as much, and I think that wouldn't get the whole problem solved. That's going to take a long time and a lot of money, but I think that would be an appropriate step to take. Because long after the worst effects have faded from America, they're still here in Vietnam, and something should be done about that, for sure.
The United States government decided many years ago to assist America's putative victims of Agent Orange. Then logically it follows that Vietnamese who live here for their whole lives, are born here, are going to be affected much more adversely than people who were here only for a short time. So if you follow the logic of what I just said, then the humanitarian obligation becomes, to me, obvious.
As a Vietnamese American, I would like to send my message of warm and heartfelt sharing of the pain of the Agent Orange victim in Vietnam. We'll work together with them in order to bring this issue to an end.
I wish every of the victims good luck in obtaining the kind of justice they deserve.
I think I would say that the government of Vietnam, with some support from the American government, is going to try to help you deal with the problems that you have. And it's my hope that we can continue this and do much more in the future. We can't make these problems go away, but I think I would like to see everything possible done to minimize the effects on your lives. I hope we can do that.
I think this is an issue that transcends politics, it transcends national policies. It's a humanitarian effort that has gained support from people all over the globe. And we're very united in trying to find ways to help the people who are affected by this terrible humanitarian problem.
VTV4 presents on August 10th Orange Day, a full day of shows dedicated to Agent Orange. From August 10th, 1961 to June 30th, 1971, the U.S. sprayed a total of 80 million liters of defoliant containing 400 kilograms of dioxin in Vietnam. Until today, it has left unimaginable consequences for the people and the environment. August 10th, 2009. A special 24-hour on VTV4 giving deeper insight into what this defoliant has imprinted on the lives of the Vietnamese people, as well as American veterans. 24 hours bringing the international community closer to the victims of Agent Orange and to Vietnam. 24 hours of compassion, understanding, and sharing.